Okay, so today we're going to talk about the law of sines, and this comes into play when we have something besides a right triangle, because everything we've been doing up till now has been dealing with right triangles. Okay, Pythagorean theorem, right triangles, all that kind of stuff. But in reality, how often do we always have an exact right triangle? Okay. I mean, it occurs quite often, but not, as often as you might think. Most times we have, if we're dealing with triangles, they're probably going to be what we call oblique. All right? It's a triangle without any right angle. It's an oblique triangle. You have two possibilities for oblique triangles. You can have either all acute angles, or you could have one obtuse angle and two acute angles. Now, to solve an oblique triangle, what that means is to find all the lengths of the sides and the measures of its angles. Now, just some standard stuff. We're going to be using Greek letters for the angles. We're going to use alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay? So, anytime we use alpha, the side opposite alpha, we're going to call lowercase a. Okay? When we use beta, looks like this. The side opposite beta, we're going to call lowercase b. And gamma, okay, it kind of looks like a Y, but it's got like a little loopy thing there. Okay, that's gamma. And opposite that, we're going to call lowercase c. So that's going to be our standard setup for oblique triangles. Now, to use the law of sines, you need to know two things. Okay. Okay, so to use the law of sines, you must know, okay, the first thing you have to know, because you have to know the length of at least one side. Okay, if you don't have at least one side, you can't use the law of sines. It doesn't work. All right? So you always have to have the length of one side. Now, beyond that, we can work with some stuff. But until we know this, we have to have at least one side. Now, the second thing you need, you've actually got three options. Okay? You need to know one of the following. Okay? Called the first one. You can know that you can have two angles. Okay, you can have one side and two angles. Okay, that's one possibility. You can have the one side, and you can have the other two sides. Okay, that'll work as well. Okay, or you can have one side, okay, and one angle and one other side. So any combination of this first one and any of these three, all right, will enable you to use the law of sines. Okay, so what actually is the law of sines? Okay, so the actual law is pretty basic. It has to do with proportions. Okay. All you're going to do, and it has to do with, and does it have to do with cosine or tangent? Nope, just sine. Okay, it is pretty basic. If I take the sine of alpha and I put that over the measurement of side A, the side opposite that, that's going to be the same thing, equal to the sine of beta over B. And both of those are also going to be equal to the sine of gamma over C. Okay, so we're going to be setting up these proportions as we go along. Okay, and in addition to this, we're going to be using the fact that the three angles of a triangle add up to what? 180. 180. Okay, so you're going to also use, okay, that alpha plus beta plus gamma equals 180 degrees.